You look outside seeking signs, but the universe was never out there. The paradox is cruel. The more you rely on coincidences, the more you ignore the one voice that never fails, your intuition. Science has already proven that the body responds to the future before it arrives. This isn't magic, it's quantum reality. So choose, keep chasing random symbols, or learn to listen to the inner temple, where the truth has always been. Most people believe quantum manifestation requires deciphering hidden codes in the world, as if the universe were testing your patience. But quantum reality is something else. You're not separate from the energy field, you are the field. Every internal sensation, every micro-pulse your body emits is already the answer. The invisible problem arises when we outsource our power, handing over our compass to random symbols. Imagine you're on a boat in the open sea. The sky shifts, the wind blows in uncertain directions, and you look for stars to guide your path. But the truth is, there was already a silent compass in your pocket the whole time. Intuition is that internal compass, the most reliable guide to collapsing the reality you desire. The mistake isn't looking for signs, but forgetting that the greatest sign has always been within you. Modern science already shows us that the body responds to the future before it even arrives. Presentiment experiments have proven that our nervous system picks up stimuli before the conscious mind becomes aware. This means your subconscious mind is already connected to the quantum field, navigating possibilities and translating them into sensations. When you ignore these internal signals, you miss the chance to align with the high vibration that attracts abundance. Here's the crucial point. Relying too much on external signs is like tuning into a radio full of static. You might catch a few notes, but never the full melody. When you reduce internal noise and raise your vibrational frequency, the right station comes through clearly. Intuition is that clear frequency. It doesn't need translation. It doesn't need proof. It simply vibrates in energetic alignment with your truth. Maybe you've already felt this, that inexplicable calm before making a tough decision, or that quiet discomfort in the face of a seemingly logical choice. These are internal signals, the secret temple the universe built inside your body. But because we're addicted to looking outside, we miss the micro messages that shape our timeline shifts. And this is where the shift in perspective begins. The law of attraction doesn't work because you memorize mantras or collect coincidences, but because you reprogram your mind to trust that internal compass. Manifestation means acting in sync with the energy of worthiness, not waiting for a sign on the street to tell you, this is the way. The energy field responds to your vibration, not to your doubts. See the difference? When you wait for external signs, you reinforce the belief that you don't know yet. But when you listen to your intuition, even in silence, you assume you already are. This identity shift is the secret to collapsing the reality you want. It's the transition from clue hunter to conscious creator. The universe isn't testing you. It's waiting for you to trust yourself. Now take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a few seconds. Ask yourself, what decision has my intuition already answered, but my mind keeps postponing? Allow a sensation to arise. It might be lightness, it might be tension. Just notice it. This simple practice is the beginning of raising your vibration and making space for the internal signal to become clear. By recognizing that you are already the channel of manifestation, the paradox dissolves. You're not chasing signs, you are the sign. Intuition is living proof that your subconscious mind is already in real-time dialogue with the universe. And the more you practice this listening, the faster you connect with the abundance that once seemed far away. The inner temple never fails, it only needs to be heard. When I say temple, I'm not referring to an external structure, but a sacred space within your body. That chill that appears out of nowhere, that breath that suddenly slows, that soft warmth in your chest. These are energetic codes, micro-quantum programs. It's your vibrational signature speaking with the infinite. And the question is, Have you been listening or ignoring? Think about how many opportunities were delayed because you were waiting for another external sign, the relationship that didn't start, the project that wasn't launched, the trip that got postponed. All because your mind demanded outside validation. But the truth is, the universe had already shown it inside you. The delay isn't from the universe, it's from your trust. When you flip that switch, reality begins to respond. The timeline shift happens when you act the moment your intuition calls, without waiting for applause or confirmation. That's the power of reprogramming your mind, stepping out of the dependence on symbols and into the flow of conscious creation. You don't need more signs. You need silence to hear what you already know. And if this message resonated with you, take a moment to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and join this growing community. Share in the comments, what internal signal have you felt but hesitated to follow? Your story could inspire someone else to trust their own intuition. Because in the end, quantum manifestation doesn't happen on the clock, in the sky, or in repeating numbers. It happens now within you, every time you choose to trust the inner tempo. That is the true art of attracting abundance, releasing control and receiving what is already yours by vibrational right, the silent compass that guides before logic. If you observe your own life, you'll see that the biggest changes didn't come from external proof, but from a silent knowing that arose from within. Maybe you had no evidence, but there was a calm so clear that ignoring it seemed impossible. That's the internal signal at work, the quantum compass pointing before you even see the map. What's fascinating is that science has already proven this knowing isn't an illusion. Studies on presentiment have revealed that the body reacts to stimuli seconds before they happen. Your heart rate shifts, your skin tingles, your breathing changes. It's proof that your subconscious mind accesses information outside linear time. This isn't magic, it's applied quantum physics. Once you understand this, you begin to see intuition as a spiritual technology. It's like a radio receiver tuning into invisible frequencies, bringing data from the energy field into your awareness. But to catch the right station, you need to reduce the noise of doubt, anxiety, and limiting beliefs. That's the first step in raising your vibration and opening space for new realities. Imagine your life as a giant quantum board, with infinite possibilities overlapping. Logic only sees the visible pieces, but intuition picks up the invisible movements of the game. When you follow that inner voice, you're not taking a risk. You're aligning with the reality most coherent with your vibration. That's the real timeline shift. Now, close your eyes for a moment and bring your attention to your chest. Notice if there's a slight expansion, a warmth, or even a tightness. Your body is the screen where the universe projects answers before your mind even asks the question. This simple exercise strengthens your ability to reprogram your mind and trust the quantum flow of life. The more you practice, the clearer the internal signals become. Many resist because they believe following intuition is irrational. But the truth is, it's profoundly rational. It just operates on a different level of intelligence. While logic processes slowly, intuition taps into the quantum field instantly. It's like comparing an old computer to a supercomputer network. That's why trusting the internal signal accelerates your manifestation. The law of attraction responds to vibrational frequency, not indecision. When you act in trust, even without external proof, you send the universe a clear message. I already am. I already have. I already deserve. That identity shift is the key to attracting abundance and collapsing aligned realities. The universe doesn't negotiate with doubt, it responds to consistent vibrations. Think of a time when you ignored your intuition and later realized it was right. The regret is almost instant, not because you made a mistake, but because you knew. That's the power of intuition. It had already accessed the energetic field and shown the way. When you start to trust, life becomes more fluid, less forced, more natural. If you want to test it now, choose a small pending decision. may be sending a message, changing a routine, or starting a simple action. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask, which choice feels light? Then act. That micro-action is like adjusting the dial on your inner radio, strengthening your tuning with the right station. You don't need to wait for big signs. You need micro steps that confirm to your subconscious that it can guide your life. That's how you reprogram your mind, not with empty affirmations, but with repeated experiences of trust. Each time you act by following the internal signal, you imprint a new inner program of safety, flow, and worthiness. This process is like planting seeds in the fertile soil of your consciousness. At first, they seem small and invisible, but soon they begin to sprout. The difference is that unlike external signs that come and go, the roots of your inner compass grow stronger with every choice. And then, without realizing it, you're already living in a completely new vibrational field. And the most beautiful part is that this change doesn't happen only within you. When you follow intuition, your elevated vibration becomes contagious. You become a point of coherence in the collective field, inspiring those still stuck in doubt and searching for signs outside. Timeline shifts are never individual. They ripple waves of transformation around you. So trusting the internal signal isn't just a personal journey. It's a contribution to the whole. Every micro-action and energetic alignment creates space for others to awaken to. The entire universe organizes in resonance with your frequency because you chose to listen to the inner temple. And the more people access this power, the faster the collective rises. So, are you ready to hear that silent voice and act? Remember, it's not about waiting, it's about feeling now. Intuition is the purest language of quantum manifestation. When you honor it, life responds. There's a point where spirituality and science meet, and that point is intuition. Neuroscience researchers have discovered that the brain processes billions of pieces of information per second, but only a tiny fraction reaches your consciousness. This means your subconscious mind already perceives signals your rational mind hasn't yet understood. It's as if a secret conversation is happening within you. Presentiment studies reveal something fascinating. Sensors attached to the human body registered physiological changes before images or events were shown. In other words, the body responded to the future before it arrived. This isn't superstition. It's quantum physics proving your consciousness is in constant dialogue with the energy field. This quantum field is the space of all possibilities, where every reality already exists in a potential state. When you feel a chill or an unexplained calm, your body is collapsing clues from that future reality. Intuition acts as a bridge between the invisible and the visible, translating the universe's language into sensations your consciousness can interpret. Imagine an old radio. If the dial is off, you hear static noise, fragments of voices. But when you find the correct frequency, the music comes through clearly. Your intuition works the same way. When your vibration is high, your internal frequency aligns, and the message becomes clear. When you're confused, anxious, disconnected, it's just static. That's why so many people mistake coincidences for signs. They're trying to read messages outside when the correct station is already transmitting from within. Intuition doesn't need proof because the sensation itself is the proof. Have you noticed how the answer comes as a silent certainty, not a long reasoning process? That's the energy field in action. Physics calls this the observer effect. When you choose to trust your intuition, you collapse a specific reality line. The simple act of choosing alters the outcome. Doubt, then, is not just a mental state. It's an energy that holds infinite possibilities in suspension. Trust, on the other hand, organizes the field and manifests what you desire. Now breathe deeply again. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your abdomen. Ask yourself, which area expands first when I think of a decision? If it's the chest, there's openness. If it's the abdomen, maybe caution. The body is a vibrational map. The more you practice, the more you learn to read the internal directions the universe has already given you. Spirituality has always said, the heart knows before the mind. Now science confirms it. This fusion of ancient wisdom and modern knowledge gives us clarity to live more authentically. You don't need to wait for external signs to act. You just need to remember you already carry within you the code of quantum manifestation. And it's in this inner code that the secret of abundance lies. Because when you honor your intuition, you send the universe a message of trust. And trust is high vibration. The energy field responds to what you are, not what you hope for. That's the difference between waiting for coincidences and consciously creating miracles. So instead of asking, when will the universe give me a sign? Ask, what has my intuition already shown me that I haven't had the courage to follow? That's the key to changing your reality. Life has already given the answer. Now it's up to you to collapse that reality into the now. The power is in feeling, trusting, and acting. If you anchor this teaching, you'll realize the law of attraction was never about seeking outside, but aligning within. Your self-image strengthens, your worthiness energy expands, and the universe responds with synchronicities that only confirm what you already knew. The external simply echoes the internal. It always has. Now I want you to remember this phrase. The external sign is a reflection, but the internal sign is the origin. This simple shift in perspective frees you from years of waiting. There's no delay when you already know. Quantum manifestation begins the moment you decide to trust your inner temple. And here we open the next door. How to turn this knowing into daily practice, simple, concrete, and powerful. Because it's not enough to understand intellectually, you must experience it. Knowledge without practice is like a seed kept in a drawer. True blossoming comes when you plant and water it. Are you ready to learn techniques that strengthen this inner compass and help raise your vibration every day? Then follow me, because the method is simpler and more powerful than you imagine. To access this silent compass, the first key is to quiet the internal noise. Anxiety, doubts, and repetitive thoughts create static in your vibrational frequency. When you breathe deeply and relax your body, the right station begins to emerge. The simple act of slowing down is already a way to reprogram your mind. Try this now. Close your eyes and count to 4 as you inhale. Hold your breath for 4 seconds, then exhale for 4. This simple pattern activates the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing mental static. In this state, your intuition finds space to speak. It's like clearing the screen before receiving the new image. Next, focus your attention on micro-sensations. The body always speaks first. It might be warmth in the chest, cold in the stomach, sudden shoulder relaxation. These are messages from the inner temple. If you learn to listen, you'll have a precise compass pointing toward your most aligned direction. But here's the secret. You need to act quickly when you feel intuition. Logical reasoning follows closely, trying to sabotage with doubts and explanations. The faster you respond to that initial inner impulse, the stronger your connection to the energy field becomes. This is how you reprogram your subconscious mind to trust itself. Daily practice doesn't need to be complex. Set aside a few minutes in silence, ask a simple question, feel the answer, and act on a micro scale. It might be choosing an outfit, calling someone, taking a different route. These small exercises build trust. Soon, you'll notice that big decisions also become clearer. That's how you train your vibrational field with consistency. Each time you honor your intuition, you send the universe the message that you're ready to receive. This raises your vibration and expands your energy field, attracting compatible realities. It's identity shift in action, from doubt to conscious creator. And it's not about perfection, but about practice. Even when you make a mistake, the mistake becomes vibrational learning. Your subconscious understands that you trust it, and that strengthens the bridge between reason and intuition. Trust isn't born from a single choice. but from 100 quiet confirmations. This is the essence of a timeline shift, choosing to trust instead of waiting. It's not about prediction, it's about vibration. You don't need to know the whole path, just feel the next step. And when you act from that state, the universe rearranges the invisible pieces to align your reality with your frequency. Now, imagine having a structured routine to train this every day, effortlessly. A journey combining exercises, reflections, and techniques to raise your vibration in just a few minutes a day. Imagine a quantum journal guiding you, page by page, for 33 days to solidify this new identity. That's exactly what I've prepared for you in the Quantum Journal Bundle, a unique tool to help plant and nurture your inner trust. Click the link in the description and start today. You'll feel the difference in just a few days. And as you immerse in this routine, you'll discover that intuition isn't an event, it's a way of life. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. The inner temple stops being a distant place and becomes your permanent home. You don't visit intuition, you live in it. Over time, you'll notice the answers come even before the questions. You'll feel your body move toward what's right. No need for mental debates. That's quantum manifestation in its purest form, aligned action. Without effort, without waiting, without needing external proof. This flow is the sign that your vibration is high. It's like gliding down a river that already knows the way to the sea. You don't need to push, just trust the flow. That's how the universe moves toward you, because you're already resonating with it. Now, here's a practical test. Choose a desire you have today. Breathe. Ask your body for the next smallest step and write it down. It doesn't matter if it seems too small. What matters is acting today. That's the secret to turning intuition into real manifestation. And so, each micro-action guided by the inner signal becomes living proof that you are already the creator of your reality. Don't wait for the sign to arrive. Be the sign now. The most fascinating thing is realizing that trusting your intuition doesn't just transform you, it begins to influence everyone around you. Your elevated vibration acts like a lighthouse in the fog, helping others find clarity too. That's the collective power of a timeline shift. Have you noticed how the energy of someone grounded and confident changes a room? That confidence doesn't come from logic, it comes from internal alignment. When you follow your inner compass, you emit a coherent field that reorganizes even external situations. The universe responds, and so do people. This is archetypal amplification. The inner sage archetype awakens not only in you, but in those you encounter. Suddenly, people start saying you bring calm, clarity, or inspiration. That's not coincidence, it's the quantum field reflecting the transformation that began in your inner temple. And the beauty is, this change doesn't require speeches. You don't need to convince anyone, just live in energetic alignment. Vibration speaks louder than words. When you reprogram your mind to trust, the world senses it, even without announcement. That energy becomes a kind of collective permission. When you manifest abundance, others feel they can too. When you act without waiting for external signs, others feel inspired to do the same. That's the real quantum domino effect. Each internal choice creates waves in the collective field. Now, notice the power of this in your own life. If each action guided by intuition sends out waves of transformation, then your life is never just yours. You are a vibrational node in an infinite web of energy. And the higher your state, the more you elevate the field you share with others. This awareness brings responsibility, but also great power. You're not isolated, trying to decode signs. You're part of a universe in motion, co-creating with thousands of other vibrational fields. And your frequency matters. Each internal microaction contributes to the alignment of the whole. That's why when I say trusting your intuition is revolutionary, it's not an exaggeration. It's literally reprogramming collective reality. Every time you follow your inner temple, you help dissolve doubt, fear, and waiting. the forces that hold so many people back. You become a catalyst for a new collective timeline. And notice how this connects with the law of attraction. The more people vibrate in trust, the easier it becomes for the collective to manifest abundance. The energy field strengthens, the flow intensifies, and miracles become natural. You're not just changing your life, you're actively contributing to global reality. Shift. That's true abundance. Not just receiving, but radiating. And as you radiate, you receive even more, because the universe operates in resonance. It's an infinite quantum cycle where giving and receiving are two sides of the same vibration. So now, I ask, what kind of field do you want to radiate today? Your body already knows the answer. Just close your eyes, listen to your inner temple, and take the first step. The world needs that light, and you're already ready to be it. When you begin to listen to the inner temple, something curious happens. Your identity changes. You are no longer someone waiting for signs, but someone who creates signs. This simple shift opens invisible portals in the quantum field. Your self-image strengthens, your sense of worthiness expands, and abundance naturally draws closer. Identity is vibration. If you believe you're insecure, your subconscious mind emits that frequency. But when you decide to embrace yourself as a conscious creator, the universe rearranges circumstances to confirm that new image. The external is just a reflection of the internal. It's always you who tunes the radio. Reality doesn't change through forced effort, but through quiet decision. You don't need to fight what you don't want, just vibrate in what you already are. This is true quantum manifestation. The state of being that collapses reality before it even appears. The secret isn't to chase, it's to choose now. And when you choose, doubts lose their power. Because it no longer matters whether the outer world shows proof, you already feel the certainty vibrating within. This is the power of energetic alignment. It transforms anxiety into calm, waiting into trust, static into clarity. Intuition is the compass that never fails. Now, I want you to pause. Think of an area in your life where you've been seeking signs, relationships, finances, health, purpose. Breathe and ask, who do I need to be for this reality to already exist? Let the answer come as a sensation. That's your identity shift in motion. When you repeat this practice, you realize life stops being an endless wait. Every micro-action guided by intuition is proof that you already are. Time becomes an ally, not an enemy. You don't delay, you collapse. And every choice confirms to the universe, I trust, I deserve, I receive. This process is so powerful because it activates your internal programming of worthiness. The subconscious mind only responds to what you deeply believe. And when you believe you are worthy of abundance, the energetic field responds with opportunities, encounters, and synchronicities that affirm your choice. Have you noticed how confident people seem to attract opportunities effortlessly? It's not luck, it's vibration. They've already claimed internally that they deserve. And that certainty shapes the field around them, rearranging reality. That same power is available to you. If you choose to trust your intuition and step into your new identity, now think about how your life would change if, starting today, you stopped waiting for proof and started acting like someone who already knows. What would your body feel like? What would your routine look like? What would your choices be? These questions are open doors to a new vibrational field, and it doesn't have to be a giant leap. The secret lies in daily micro steps. One different choice, one action guided by inner calm, one decision made from the body's lightness. These small shifts create great realities. The timeline jump is made of simple but consistent steps. The beauty is that, before you even realize it, you'll already be living in a new reality. Not because the universe gave you signs, but because you chose to become the sign. That's the essence of quantum manifestation. You are already the message the world needs to hear. So the real question isn't when will I receive a sign? But when will I accept that I already aimed the sign? The answer is happening now as you feel this vibration in your body. This is the confirmation you were waiting for. Take a deep breath and hold on to this phrase. I am the sign I was looking for. Repeat it softly. Let this truth expand in your chest. This simple affirmation creates a new internal programming, raising your vibration and aligning your energetic field with abundance. From now on, your life can become a flow of trust, clarity, and creative power. Just keep honoring the inner temple, step by step, until it becomes natural. The universe is already ready to respond. The question is, are you ready to listen? You are already the sign the universe sent. We've reached the deepest point of this journey, understanding that you don't need to wait for anything. You already are. Your body is the antenna, your intuition is the frequency, your vibration is the message. The universe was never outside, it's always been within, waiting for your trust. Now, notice how this perspective is liberating. There is no more anxiety, no more waiting, no more need to prove. There's only a continuous flow between you and the quantum field. Every breath is a dialogue, every feeling is a code, every choice is a manifestation. When you trust this flow, you discover there is no such thing as a mistake. Even the detours are invitations to return to alignment. The universe doesn't punish, it simply corrects the frequency. Intuition is the music that never stops playing. You just need to adjust your internal radio to hear it. And in this state, time stops being an enemy. You don't need to rush into the future, because you already feel the future vibrating in the present. That is the true shift in reality, living today as if it already is, until the world has no choice but to confirm it. I want you to do one final exercise with me. Close your eyes, place your hand on your chest, and silently say, I trust the flow. Let this phrase become a wave, spreading through your body. Feel the calm that comes with it. That's the inner sign showing you are aligned. Each time you repeat this practice, you reinforce your new identity. And this identity creates such a strong energetic field that nothing can resist it. You don't need to wait for the next repeated number or the next unexpected encounter. You are already creating now. With every heartbeat. This is the moment when manifestation stops being theory and becomes life. You act, receive, release, and manifest effortlessly. The universe responds because you're already vibrating in its language. This is the real law of attraction in action. And the more you practice, the more you realize that abundance isn't about accumulating, it's about flowing. You receive, you share, you inspire, you uplift. Your field becomes a channel of transformation, elevating not just your own reality, but everyone else's around you. This is the call of the new consciousness. Stop being a seeker of signs and become an emitter of signs. The inner temple is your greatest spiritual and scientific technology. When you trust it, the impossible becomes natural. So, if this message touched your heart, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with someone you love. Together, we can form a community that lives in the vibration of trust, flow, and abundance. And tell me in the comments, what micro action will you take today by listening to your inner signal? Your story might inspire many others. Remember, you don't need more proof. You are the proof. You are the sign. You are the quantum field in motion. Trust, act, manifest. The universe is ready to respond.